dance through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So today I'm gonna go over Star Stable's monthly blog. This month they talked about magical horses, ambassadors, and as always, the player character update. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, make sure to subscribe, it really means a lot. And now let's just get into it. So as I said in this blog, Star Stable talks about magical horses, some content design, they talk about the ambassadors and the player character update. I'm not sure if I should go in the chronological order. In the introduction, here is what they wrote. Let's kick off the summer with a great collection of topics. Our amazing art leader, Lotta, is here to talk about the work that goes into creating magical horses. Our talented content game designer, Linnea, shares her experience in creating her first piece of content for Star Stable, followed by our incredible community manager, Mihaela, writing about our brand ambassador program. Ending this first summer blog is our skilled programmer leader, Yvonne, with a new player character update. So let's just start with the player character update. I haven't read a few blogs now since I left, and anytime that there was a new blog, there wasn't like anything really big. So I just hope that we get something interesting, but yeah, I don't know. For June and July, the new player character section will focus more on technical aspects and gameplay. For that occasion, we're thrilled to leave Yvonne the space to present herself and her amazing work she's done during the past months. Hello lovelies, I'm Yvonne, technical lead for gameplay and one of the gameplay programmers working with making the updated character work in-game. While the team are updating the art assets, additional features related to player customization are also being developed, like body shapes. And while implementing these new options in the game, making it possible for players to customize their character, we also want to take the opportunity to improve the underlying solution for how character appearance is handled in the game. Instead of simply making the new character work with the old and limiting systems, we want to start fresh and refactor the existing code solution to make it easier to work with and easier to expand with new features in the future. Refactoring existing live systems can pose many different challenges. With character appearance, we need to consider all of the already existing character appearance data sorted into database for each player, owned makeup and hair, worn makeup and hair, eyes, and so on. The change to a new underlying solution should be seamless to the players, as if nothing really changed at all. But what players might not see is that suddenly, us developers might have opened many locked doors that will allow us to expand and explore more features in the future with ease. A first step of refactoring appearance change logic is to separate the head shape, skin color, and makeup. Why, you might ask? For the old character, these three different parts of the head appearance are combined together into one head item, and each head item has a unique texture, 336 variations to be exact. An example of why this becomes very inflexible is if we would want to add new makeup to the current character, then the artist would have to create a new makeup texture for every available skin color. And if we would want to expand our range of skin colors, the artist would have to, for each skin color, create a new texture for existing makeup variation. This is not only time consuming, but also bad from a performance point of view. More texture to load in memory. By separating the different parts, head shape, skin color, and makeup, we can enable the possibility to produce more content in a more flexible and less time-consuming way. And here's the picture of, what I just said. The head skin color eyebrows and makeup are separated. I don't know why eyebrows, but okay. And here's the old one, which does look worse. I really like the new models and I can't wait to actually get them, but honestly, SSO I feel like is going kind of slow. And I really hope that we do end up getting them this year, but I'm not the most hopeful. But anyway, let me know what you think about this, and now let's get on to the next topic, which is gonna be magical horses. Hello again, lead character / creature artist here. This time I will talk about magical horses. Magical horses are a way for our artists to express ourselves in ways we don't get to with normal horses and to create the fantasy horse of our dreams. Personally, I like doing opposites, such as good and evil, light and dark. This is the theme for two of my favorite creations, Ayla and Umbra, and Shadow Shield and Snow Dancer. We start with an idea. For Shadow Shield and Snow Dancer, I wanted snow to meet the darkness of the night. You know, this contrasts well if you live in a northern country. I also took inspiration from yin and yang. Combining that with old Christmas decorations, I wanted the horses to fit into the winter village, but also work all year round, so I didn't want them to be too Christmassy. I chose the lighter breed of Arabians as I thought they captured the feel of winter spirits. For Ayla and Umbra, we took inspiration from the lunar eclipse. We wanted a full moon horse and a blood moon horse. Exploration. We throw our ideas with colors and patterns as quick sketches rather than full illustrations. When something catches our eye, we repeat the process by combining those details. I had a very clear idea of what I wanted from the winter horses, so it didn't take many iterations to find what I liked. And here are different versions of how the winter magical Arabian horses could have looked. Honestly, they all look really nice. For Ayla and Umbra, it took a bit longer as we were two artists concepting. I like this method a lot since two people's ideas are usually more creative than one. And here we see some pictures of the eclipse horse and the lunar horse. Oh my gosh, they look so good. I don't even know if I could decide which one I like most, but I think they went with the really good ones. And then here's some more. They honestly all look so nice, and I can kind of see, some different elements that they then combined into one, which is so cool. And I honestly think that the finished products are very nice. I really like Ayla and Umbra's coats, so yeah, I think they did a really good job. And for the last is texturing. When we're happy with the concept, we start painting the horse texture. Some new details are added and some details turn out to not work out in the game. The finished product is never completely the same with the concept. We also come up with a non-magical coat that matches the design. Next up is the ambassador program, which honestly I don't like that much. I think it creates a lot of just toxic positivity. I mean, a lot of ambassadors are really nice. Honestly, I'm not much on Instagram or anywhere else, but I remember when I was a few years ago, I feel like SSO was such a, toxic positivity place. I didn't really want to be there, but that was even before I started this YouTube channel, so I don't know. I think on one hand it is cool to, be able to introduce some new concepts of the game and get some perks, but then at the same time to, almost have to, work for free. I don't know. I wouldn't really want to be a part of it, to be honest, but here's kind of an introduction to it, I guess. So Mihaela wrote about what an ambassador is, what they do, and how you can become one. What is brand ambassador and how do I recognize one? Brand ambassadors are regular players in the Star Stable online community who stand out as influencers and role models. They spread positive energy and they take time to help other players. Ambassadors do not get paid to be in the program, but they do get benefits in the form of star coins, gifts to use for giveaways, and they get to see sneak peeks ahead of time. We encourage an open dialogue with full transparency both ways, and we also encourage our ambassadors to give honest reviews of updates and features that are released. You can identify an ambassador in-game by the ambassador badge on their horse bridles or by the special clothing and tag they wear. The special ambassador outfits are showcased by some of our active ambassadors in the images throughout the text. What does a brand ambassador do? Ambassadors for Star Stable get to do different things. They can help us with beta testing features before they are released, host giveaways with items that we provide such as notebooks, books or gift boxes, and they can collect feedback from their community regarding different topics to share with the game team. Our ambassadors get to take part of updates and share their feedback with us before we make any announcements. For example, I send out a monthly email to the ambassadors that gives them an insight into what is coming up the next month, kind of like a roadmap that we shared with all of you, but more detailed. We also have a chat server where we have all of the ambassadors together with employees of Star Stable gathered. We use this server to easily share thoughts and ideas with the ambassadors, and in turn they share their insights and any feedback with us. We also have a monthly ambassador talk over voice chat where we go a little bit more in depth about different things that are coming up. All of the details are for their eyes only. One of the perks of the role. You can ask them what they think might come in the future, but they have a tough job keeping things secret too. Our ambassadors are quick to share feedback and help out when we need more information. A great example of this is the riding hall revamp. During pre-production, we watched so many videos and investigated feedback from our community about the area, thinking we understood exactly what things were needed. We were so excited for you all to see it, but it turns out we had not understood entirely. When looking into how to correct our mistakes, our ambassadors helped immensely with collecting and sharing the insights we needed. All of that information helped us understand more in depth what it was that was actually missing so we could fix it. And then for the last part, it is how do I become a brand ambassador? I choose and invite players into the ambassador program based on my own research, as well as recommendations that I receive from players, other members of the Star Stable team, and sometimes even other ambassadors. I always do my best to investigate each option to ensure we have the right group of people. Right now, applications are not open, but they will open again in the future. We will share information on how to apply in our news and on our social media pages when it's time. Please note that sending in an application does not mean that you or the player you refer will automatically be added to the program. Once the applications are open again, I will look for ambassadors in regions that we don't currently have anyone representing. We want to have ambassadors in as many regions as possible to have a better connection with players from all around the world. And one way to achieve this is with the help of our ambassadors. Like, as I said, I don't really like the ambassador program that much, but if you want to become an ambassador, because I feel like everyone wanted to be an ambassador at some point in time, make sure to be on the lookout for when Star Stable opens up the applications, and best of luck when that happens. So I thought that I would go over, my first content where one content game designer talks about their experience in, adding new content to the game. But honestly, I didn't find it that interesting. But if you want to read it, make sure to go to Star Stable's website. But yeah, that's kind of gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed as always, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye!